What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I appreciate it. I want to talk about Joie Chavis. I think that's how you say her name. She is not only Bow Wow's ex-girlfriend and baby's mother, but she is also the ex-girlfriend, baby mother of rapper Future. Okay, she did a Q&A on her YouTube page, and she talked about the misconceptions about her. Now, in this video, I'm not here to go in on her. I'm just here to speak about things the way that I see it. And when I look at what she's talking about, I think that she looks at what people are saying a lot closer than she wants to admit. And she sees the comments that are made about her, that she's a gold digger, that she only wants rappers, she can't keep a man. Why would you have a baby by Future, right? And when you listen to her, you can tell that even though, she doesn't seem like a bad person at all, I'm not saying that, there's some social unawareness in her life. There's some social unawareness there. She has to understand that when you go from dating Bow Wow and having a daughter with him 10 years, well, almost 10 years ago when she was in her early 20s, to then years later get into a low-key relationship with Future and have his child, right? And then you break up. I believe they broke up before she even had the kid, or maybe they was still together, but they kind of went their separate ways after she had the kid, right? And she's 31 now, and she is talking about how she doesn't ask neither of them for child support, which is, that I would say that would be considered a good thing, right? It'd be considered a good thing, but here's my issue, okay? She says that she now makes her own money, which is fine. But my thing is, why would you have a child with Bow Wow, who you never married? You're in a relationship with him, right? And then years later, you go and you have a child with Future, a guy you should have known was never going to marry you. Because she mentioned in the Q&A that she wants to get married and be in love and all that. But why in the world, when you see what Sierra went through with Future, would you then go and have a kid with him? Then to see him go and have another kid with another girl who he doesn't want to claim, right? And then he allegedly had gotten another woman pregnant. Why would you even put yourself? That's why you're getting the criticism that you're getting. Like, why does it take you to get to 31 to all of a sudden want to be in love and be married? But you weren't thinking about that when you had your second child. And she says that she's really busy. She doesn't have time for dating. But I don't believe that. I don't believe that because I still think she has a soft spot in her heart for Future. Because what you have to understand is this. There were people making fun of Bow Wow because she mentioned how her and Bow Wow are really cool and they're like brother and sister. That, now mind you, that was his ex-girlfriend. That's the mother of his child. But she is talking about how she sees Bow Wow as a brother, but she doesn't see Future as a brother. She barely brought up Future. You know why? It's because she still has a soft spot for Future. And if Future left the female he's with now and said, hey, Joy, let's get back together, she would do it in a heartbeat. Women are never too busy to be with a man. I'm sorry. The problem is Joy only wants to be with Future. Tell me I'm lying about that. Tell me I'm making things up and I'm not being honest. She still has a soft spot for Future. That's the only man I believe she wants to be with, because I believe for her birthday, he took her on a vacation. And this was after they had quote unquote broken up, right? She had his kid and they went on vacation together. And then after that, he went off to get with Lori Harvey, or get with the other woman that he got pregnant, then with Lori Harvey, right? Women are never too busy for a man. I'm sorry, they're not. I don't care if they got 2 kids, 3 kids, 4 kids, 5. How many women do y'all know have multiple kids by multiple men, and they still go to the club every week, twice a week? They can still travel, all right? They still got dudes that they're in relationships with. They never slow down, even though they work 2 jobs, go to school. But I guarantee you, they make time for the men that they want to deal with. And I think that Joie is still in love with Future. And the reason why she gets the criticisms that she gets is because people are looking at her. They're looking at her and they're saying, how can you go and have, a child? You're already a single mother. And then you go and get into this relationship with Future where he's not even claiming you like that. Go look at the baby shower and look how in love she seemed to be with this guy. She's still in love with Future. That's why she hasn't put him on child support. And the thing with Bow Wow, and I kind of was, I kind of shook my head when I read where, Bow Wow talked about how he's willing to help Joie not only raise his child, which you can expect, but he also said that he would help Joie raise the son that she had with another dude. And that's where I was like, what? You would do what? Like, come on, man. But she's not asking Future to help her do anything. And the thing is this. I think that it would be a bad look too if she had Bow Wow on child support and not Future. Because again, I believe wholeheartedly that she's still in love with him. You know how many times I've heard women say that they're busy, but next thing you know, they're all booed up? It's because they're never too busy to deal with the guy. She's 31 years old. I'm pretty sure that she still has the urge to have relations. I don't think that she's given up on that. She's too busy to deal with new guys because she's still in love with Future, and in her mind, she believes one day he's gonna come back to her. I've seen this in a lot of different women. They will have a child by a guy who really don't really want to be with them like that. He's a bit of a womanizer, right? He's a bit of a womanizer. He's known for that, but they will look towards the good guy ex to help her with the children. She will look towards the good guy ex to help her when she needs help. But she never goes to that no good, sorry ex and ask him for anything. Now, I'm not saying that Future's a no good. I'm just saying, look at the dynamics here. It's very similar to things I've seen. Again, I don't think Joie is a bad person at all. I'm not here to attack her. I'm here to speak honestly through what she was saying. And I also think it was very telling how I looked at the comment section and you had all these women making fun of Bow Wow because she called Bow Wow her brother, right? And they thought that was hilarious. You know why? Because Bow Wow because he's displaying character traits of the type of guy that they would never want to have casual relationships with. The type of guy that they would actually want to be in a relationship with like that. He's the type of guy who they deal with later on when they are done with the streets. Somebody that they can rely on who can take care of them. And the reason why I say that Joie is still hung up on Future is the fact that she had this relationship with this guy, had a kid with him, and didn't look at the situation he had with Sierra and how Sierra said, you know, forget this. I'm not about to be no single mother. And she went and got with Russell. Now she had another child with Russell, but that was while she was married. She learned from her mistakes. I don't think Joy has learned from hers. I think if Future wanted to get back with her today, she would do it. She'd be claiming them, taking all types of photos with them. These guys, I'm telling you, these guys who have multiple kids by multiple women, they always have that one female who could do better by an ad. Could have the potential to do better. And they just choose not to. They choose to be a lady in waiting. I've had women tell me after, you know, broke up with them, how they just living life, you know what I'm saying? They're not dating anybody. They're so busy. But as soon as you give them the green light to be with them again, they ain't busy no more. They not busy no more. All of a sudden they got all this time on their hands. But you just said you was busy and working and all that. Let me tell you something. These women are never too busy to deal with a man, especially a man that they want to be with. Bow Wow and Future are on the opposite spectrums for her. One represents the good guy that maybe in the future she would want to marry, maybe because she sees him as a brother. I think that just shows you how she feels about Bow Wow and how she feels like, you know, there's really no reason for her to get with him because he's still, you know, willing to do whatever it takes to appease her. And then you got Future, who really doesn't care like that. He is hard on thizzards. He's still, you know, having illegitimate children with different women. But I think, and even with this video she posted, I still think she has a soft spot for Future. I think that's the reason why she hasn't gone the child support route, because she wants to prove that she doesn't need to do that. She wants to prove that she can be a woman who doesn't need to get their money or run to the courts, because she already know that's going to be a lose-lose situation. Future's not paying these women. Future won't even, I believe he might have been court ordered to pay the newest baby mother, and he's not paying anything. He's not paying anything. He has no intentions of paying anything. So in her mind, she would rather play the good baby mother and not get caught up in that. But you shouldn't be in that situation to begin with. And you're in that situation because you really wanted to be with this guy. I don't care how much people try to slander Future about how he's out here making all these children and he's that type of guy. Women love this type of guy. And Joy is no exception.